What a season for the Penn State Nittany Lions, and what an upcoming season Penn State has in store. And, they run away with it, 177 total team points. But what's crazy and scary is that this is a team that returns 128 total team points. They're far and away the favorites to win in 2026. The second highest returning points goes to Nebraska, who has 87, I believe. So they're already 50, 60 points ahead of second place. And that's without factoring in the guys that are going to step in and replace their graduating wrestlers. Now, who is gone from Penn State? Well, they lose some really big names and some real contributors. Five-time national champion Car Starachi graduates. National champion Greg Kerfleet graduates, as does NCAA finalist and multiple All-American Bo Bartlett. So some big departures there, but they're looking pretty good in terms of who they're going to backfill those wrestlers with. Now, it was a crazy start to the offseason for Penn State. So they win NCAAs with a record-setting score on Saturday, and on Monday they got the commitment from world champion Masa Ono of Japan, which is just sort of an unprecedented thing to have the senior level reigning world champion from another country come on to your wrestling team. And what a response. I mean, and what an add to your team, right? And talking with Cael about this, like, hey, what do you think? He's never wrestled folk style. He's never trained folk style. I was chatting with Masa, and he said, no, I've never even practiced folk style, even during his time at Penn State. So you're wondering, how quickly can he learn? And Cael said, he will have literally no problem. It's not going to be a factor. He's just too good at wrestling to have things like folk style top bottom and some of the scrambling issues or challenges really slow him down. So you add the best wrestler in the world, right? Bar none. And this isn't just like, oh, he's the best at 61. Ben Askren, after he won the world championship, said this guy is the best pound for pound wrestler in the world. And in just 1 year, he's beaten Spencer Lee, Zara Guyev, Olympic champion, Vito Rujao, world champion, Marcus Blaze, our U20 rep, and really one of the best senior level wrestlers in that weight area, 61, 65. It's just an insane debut for Ono, and now he's going to enter the Penn State team. So what a backfill there for potentially, does he come in at 33 and replace Braden Davis? Does he go 41 and replace Bo Bartlett? Doesn't really matter. Feels like he's going to do a lot of winning. They also got the flip commitment from Jaden James, who was originally committed to go to Virginia Tech. Now he switches to Penn State, and I think this is one, it didn't get the level of buzz or notoriety or traction, but I think in 3-4 years' time, we're going to be like, this was a huge, huge get for Penn State. I truly believe Jaden James is going to be one of those all-timer types, a multiple national champion type. I know it's weird saying that if he's a high schooler. I just have a lot of belief in how good he's going to be, how big he's going to be. I think the weight range and his style, how he wrestles, he's just unbelievable. And I think that pickup, while it doesn't have the shock waves of Ono, I think in time we're going to look at it as one of the most significant pickups for Penn State in years. And then, of course, you have the addition of Rocco Welsh, a national finalist last year for Ohio State at 174. He actually lost to Penn State's Car Starachi in the finals. Now he said, hey, I want to go to Penn State. And basically, he cited the training partners that Penn State has as the reason he wanted to do it. He felt like for his wrestling to be the best in the world, he needed to be around that level of training partner. And there's no question about it. He's going to be in the best room in the country. But the question for Rocco is, okay, yeah, you're going to have great training partners. Are you going to make the lineup, right? You redshirted last year. You want to go 184. They've got Zach Ryder there. And I'm not as certain, though there's no question Rocco Welsh is more proven in the NCAA level just by the fact that he's had the opportunity in making the finals. Zach Ryder's really good, and he's not going to give up that spot without a fight. So that'll be an interesting roster battle for Penn State between Ryder and Rocco Welsh. And it sort of ends the thought that maybe, and I thought as well as Josh Barr was wrestling, we would never see him cut back down to 184. I never thought that was realistic. But now with those two guys, it seems no question about it. Josh Barr is going to stay at 197, where he's already a bona fide title contender. He's already made the finals as a freshman. So a lot of winning to come there at 197. And then heavyweight is really the biggest question mark for Penn State. They've got Cole Mirasola, spent time there. He wrestled there. He was solid, not spectacular. He lost to Lucas Luffman. He lost to, I think he wrestled another All-American and lost kind of big. So he's ready to qualify for NCAAs. Is he ready to place and place high? That's another question. And same for, do they bump up Lucas Cochran to heavyweight? He contended for 197. That's going to be Josh Barr's spot. Does he go up? Does Connor Mirasola, the smaller Mirasola, does he move up because Josh Barr's there? There's a lot of depth at Penn State. This has been a continuous theme as we discuss Penn State's lineup and who goes where. And right now it looks like the Mirasolas or Cochran fill 285 if they don't get an Impact transfer. And right now, as you look at the landscape for heavyweight, who would they fill that spot with of the current wrestlers in the transfer portal? It doesn't look like there's a seamless option there for Penn State. So that will be in question. And then they're going to have some real depth at some weights. You got Nate Desmond's coming in at 125. He's going to be behind Luke Lillidahl. You've got Braden Davis and Aaron Nagao at 33. Ono is there. Masa Ono is there. And then Marcus Blaze, where does he want to go? He does not seem like a guy who's going to have an interest in redshirting. Is he a 41? He wrestled his state tournament at 150. Is he a 141 now? That's possible. So it could be you see them roll out Luke Lillidahl, Masa Ono, Marcus Blaze, Shane Van Ness, Tyler Kasak with Seeley providing depth at 157. Mitchell Messerbrink with PJ Duke providing depth as a true freshman, right? 74, you've got Levi Haynes with Will Hinkle and maybe Asher Cunningham as well providing depth. 84, you've got Zach Ryder, Rocco Welsh. 97, Josh Barr, Mirasola. And then at heavyweight, Mirasola, Cochran / maybe a transfer to be determined. So it's been a really incredible week for Penn State, for a team that has so many points returning, 128. It's hard to believe they would have a week full of big news and impact commitments, impact roster moves for this coming year. It's been Cael Sanderson doesn't stop, right? This is not a team or a group of coaches that ever rest on their laurels. And if you ever needed a more clearer picture of that, look no further than what Penn State has done over the last week with the additions of Masa Ono, Jaden James, and Rocco Welsh. It's going to be another special year for Penn State. They are poised to win another title, and don't be surprised if they run away with this one just like they did this year.